Right, people, back for round two. This time, how to shade and colour. And that, pretty simple in that, most parts of it. I'm going to sort of teach you a bit of sort of colour blending and just some general colour ideas for it. Now when you do the Pheonix like this, generally you want it to be quite sort of feminine and quite delicate. You know what I mean? Even when you're sort of doing guys ones, you don't want it too heavy, unless of course you're doing like a mid crazy kind of fire evil one. But generally you want the colours to be quite nice, quite sort of primary and sort of a few little secondary colours. So mainly like sort of reds, blues, maybe some greens and yellows. Now that's sort of the main ones you want to use. You can sort of touch into purples and stuff and that, but I'll show you the contrast between the colours rather. Right, first off, I'm just going to colour in the basic scales, and I'm going to colour these in first off with a baby blue, and that. As I get lower, I'm going to leave a little edge just around the outside, around the side bit. So when I sort of start to get down here, I'm going to go like this. See, and just leave like a little white line. And I'm going to slowly fade that out and go more solid as I go upwards. By doing this, it's going to make like a kind of like a light effect, like a shine. And that. And then once I've done the blue, I'm going to put like a yellow over the top, and the yellow will turn the blue green. And leave that little highlight yellow, so it'll be like a nice colour cast. Right, so as you can see, I just coloured in the scales quite basic. Just leaving that little white edge I told you about, just on here, and slowly fading that out and going solid as I go further up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over that solid with yellow, and I'm going to flick it out and start working in the yellow bit just on the bottom. See where I've done the white outline as I go up. So it'll be blue scales with like a green outline, and slowly turn to green scales with a yellow outline. And it's going to make a nice sort of transition of colour. What I'm using here is just like trio markers and flex markers. These colours are really good for getting good bold colours, and they're brilliant for mixing. And we can see that that's a really nice green. I love the green, the way the blue and the yellow mix in this. So yeah, so you can see set a nice little sort of transition between like the green into the blue. I'm just going to make this a little bit stronger in the midsection. Now all that you're doing with this is just flicking the colour into it. I put that blue and solid, and now I'm just doing just little flicks. Just really quick flicks. That's what I've done around the edge until I got to the top where I've just done like solid lines. You know, but I find that's the best way to use these sometimes. Now I'm just going to do the same here and the same here as I've done on the centre. There you go, so you can see you got that nice transition between the colours now on the wings, the body. Yeah, the wings and the body. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in the yellow onto this hair bit. Now this hair is going to go, and I'm going to cut it in solid yellow to start with. So just like that, then yellow on this side. Oh, I forgot I've got to do these scales there as well, I've missed out them. Do them in a sec. And then yeah, just got to work up into the face. Just work up the yellow into the bottom. And that will slowly have like a transition between like the blue to yellow. I mean blue to green to yellow throughout the face bit here. I'm also going to have a slight pinkish tone on the back of these bits, I think. So it's a very light pink. It's almost like flesh colour. And that's just to switch it up, just add a different colour in there. And it contrasts quite well with blue and yellow, so it's always nice to have. I'm literally just flicking that on the edge of each one of these little feathery bits. And I'll blend that into whatever colour I use on this bit. It's just real simple, just a little flick. Literally just get the pen and just little wrist movement, done. Just like that. Now I'm going to get the blue. Just work a blue in from the top. So I'm going to have that flesh tone working into that front bit as well, I think. Yeah, just like that, that's good. Now I've got that, I'm going to get a slightly darker blue and just work in a few little areas I want to show a bit more dimension to. So it's a little bit, just around the eye bit there, around the top, just create a little kind of drop shadow. Just a little bit under that bit, just underneath the eye. Just a little bit around certain little areas. Just like that. I'm going to get yellow, and I'm just going to flick in the yellow off that flesh tone into that blue. Just like that. Now the eye colour you can vary up and do it how you want. I don't know why, but I just generally like to do my eyes red. And it makes them a little bit evil sometimes, but I don't know, something about like the red bit just really works for me. You get a slight kind of light brownish. Just flick that into the beak. And just working the yellow over the top. Just really blend that in, just go over that a little bit so it really mixes. And then I'm going to take that red again, I'm going to use that red just on that little bit that goes around the nose, the beak rather, just there. Yeah, like that. Yeah, looks good. I'm going to use the reds just on this outside bit of the wing as well. You know, the little gap we had. There you go, so you've got that red just going around the outside bit there. Then what I'm going to do is get that blue again. I'm just going to run this blue from the bottom upwards. So it gives a little bit of a purple tint. Just at the bottom of that. There we go. Now And I'm going to get a bit of an orange, and I'm just going to flick a bit of orange just into his chest. I've done that, just grab the yellow again, just blend into it. Now you want to use a relatively thick paper. You know, here I use ebony sketchbooks. You know, it's good paper, it's good thickness and that, because sometimes these pens will bleed through a bit and that. So you want enough thickness that kind of absorbs a lot of it, because you really want to play around with these and really kind of get stuck in there sometimes. Now, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in some orange into the first set of wings, or feather bits. I'm going to flick this in rather than put it in bold. And by flicking it, you see how it fades as it goes down? That's what I'm aiming for. So you see I just like got that orange flicked into those bits now. Then what I'm going to do again, just going to go over that with the yellow. Just like that. Just like that. Now for the next ones, we're going to shove the next bit of wings. Choices. I'm going to flick a bit of brown in this one, I think. Yeah, this one can do slightly differently. What I'm going to do, so it's got a very light brown, it's just only a touch bit darker than the orange. And that, just bring the colour down that middle section, just flick a straight line, then just over that, you know, that slight angle, just flick some lines. So line down. Flick some lines going off sideways. And into this, I'm just going to flick. If I've got a lighter blue around here somewhere, I want to get the lightest blue I can get. It's my lighter blue. There we go. Cool aqua. I'm just going to flick this blue into the bottom. Now here I'm really just mixing up the colours, just in my head, just trying to work out what I think might work, but then just play with it. You know, there's no rules really to the colours, other than I generally try to keep them as sort of, you know, more primary, like, you know, more yellow, blue and reds with a touch of green, and just flicks of other colours. And then for the edge of them, yeah, for the edge of them I'm going to do these ones red. finish nice and strong. Now like our lemon blue, I'm going to flick some yellow, blue they're coming down rather. It's not going to make too much difference because it's a very light blue, but just give it a slight purpley tint. Just to the top. See, just like that. So you can set a slight purplish just around there. Yeah, quite like that. Just flicking some yellow on those little bits there. And that. Now I need to line in the other bit of the wing bit here because I didn't do that last time because we put the body in first. So now we've got the body bit done, I can line in the wing. So I can find my pen. There we go. So yeah, see I just coloured in that bit of the wing. And that, and those little triangle tip bits here. Just kind of colour in reds. Then what I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Get my light blue to start with. Just going to flick this out from the centre outwards. See, so it's not quite touching the edge. Do the same the other side. You see I just flick those bits out. Now I'm going to get a slightly darker blue. But then just go on the same again, but just go a bit further inwards. So I don't flick it out quite as far. Now done that, just grab the blue that I used originally and just work over that little edge bit. Now we'll just simply blend it out. So it blends a bit better into the other blue. Just like that. And down. Right, that's all the body bit done now. So I'm just gonna work into the feather bits and then do the feet. Now the feather bit, colour should I do this? I'm gonna use a bit more of that orange. I like that orange. I'll flick some of that and just go from there. I'm going to start strong at the bottom and then flick down the centre and slowly fade it out, I think. Then I've got that bit, I'm going to work in the yellow. Then I'm going to fade that and go into a bit of blue and green. Wrong yellow. What's the other yellow I was using? So I've just done the basic transition between the orange and the yellow. Now what I want to do is just put in some orange circle bits. Just gives it a little bit extra detail. Just putting these randomly in places. I mean, there's no specific order. Just throw up in size, do some big ones, some little ones, side to side. Try to put them in different sort of places every time. Yeah, I quite like that. I'm just going to carry that yellow through now and then work it in with blue so I get some green colours. So now I'm just going to work in that blue. Oh, it's kind of running out a little bit. So like I said, just flicked in the blue and done some blue little dots on the yellow, which made them go green. And now we're going to do them diamonds. I'm just going to flick reds on this side, and then the middle one on the bottom side, the other one the other side. Then for the diamonds, just up, down, up, down, up, down. So you shade the other side each time. Grab me the orange, just flick that in, just blend out that red. Red's quite a strong colour, so you want a good strong red, strong orange to blend it out with. Now once that's done, just going to go with strong purple here, just to contrast it up. Just add that and take a little circle bit around it, just to make it stand out. Now I've done that, it's going to get my brown and just go over around the edge bit with brown. Simple like that. I'm just going to flip that orange into it on the other side. Voila, there you have it. How to draw a phoenix. And that the colour scheme you can play around with and do anyhow you want. You can always add extra bits in the background, you know, you could do some like clouds, wind bars, flowers and whatever. But it's just basic structure of a phoenix. And that you can bend it up, you can turn it around more, like you could have the heads twisting rounds, you know, from down here rather than being up here. You know, have the wings round the other way, so you see the inside of the wings. You know, if you have the face facing slightly twisted. And that, you know, the tails, you could do different colours, you could put patterns in these. And that, you know, really play around with them. You know, there's so many things you can do to this. And one sec, not quite finished. Okay, now it's finished. Thought I was missing something out there. But yeah, I hope that helps you in that. And if you do attempt to draw this, you know, send me some pictures of what you've done. I always love seeing what you guys draw on that. any questions, any more advice you guys want, just send me a message. Always here to help. And yeah, I hope you liked it. And now I'm gonna hopefully have some more, well, I say some more, you know, gonna have some more realistic ones coming out. And then I want to sort of teach you how to do eyes, realistic faces, how to turn, make whole like horror designs and stuff. I'm still trying to work out which ones I'm doing that. I also need to do an old school wall for these as well, when you guys requested, and I do have that in the works. Any other ones I've missed out, just message me. You know, it's hard to remember all the ones people ask. You know, I'm trying to keep up with them, and I do plan on getting them all done. So yeah, anything else you'd like to see, just let me know. But yeah, for now, I'm the Broken Puppet. This is our Pheonix, and I will see you next time.